Hello, everybody out there. Apparently, you are out there. I haven't defended say you're not out there. I mean, I'm pointing to a window. You can't see it, but I am pointing to a window. My name is Rudolph Hart, and I enunciate Rudolph Hart very separately, obviously, because the two words can run together, which causes some hilarity with the younger people. Rudolph Hart, you see, just in case you hadn't picked it up. Anyway, I'm here on your tube, which is obviously not something to be confused with any gynecological effort or websites that you might come across. Pardon the pun. But basically, it was at the suggestion of my great nephew Boris, who's sitting just out of range, out of camera. I've got a little camera thing here. It's rather fun, actually. It's rather interesting. But he said, Uncle, he said to me, because I am his uncle, and he said, Judo, your ramblings, your thoughts on life, the universe, and everything, you should go on your tube. So I was dubious, but here I am done nonetheless to talk to you about various things, whatever happens to spring to mind. I've just had my lunch, actually. First, I had peanut butter. Now I've reached the ripe old age, I must say, having never tried peanut butter, and it led me to some fascinating, perhaps not questions, with regards to how one makes peanut butter. I mean, one obviously knows how you make normal butter. You get a cow, you milk cow, churn, and etc., etc. I won't go into the details. But how does one make peanut butter? I mean, I've seen peanuts. Of course, they're tiny little things. So how does one milk a peanut in order to get the milk to churn? What's upsetting me, what's worrying me, troubling me, I would say, I mean, perhaps there are larger peanuts, huge, great things milling about that are large enough to be herded, and you could attach the little suckery things to them and get the milk out of them. Are they genetically modified? But you never see them in fields or just roaming about. I've never seen anybody in the countryside droving or herding them. In the country, you get cows going down roads and all that sort of stuff. They create a frightful mess, but they can't be helped. But a giant peanut that's big enough for you to be able to milk to make. Because if you go into the supermarket, there's loads of jars of peanut butter, so it must come from somewhere. But if you don't see them in fields, and here's where I'm concerned. This is what worries me. Are they battery farming these poor giant peanuts? Are there big sheds somewhere where they've got barely enough room to move and to roam free as a giant peanut is possibly wont to do? And if this is the case, is the RSPCA involved? Certainly in the United Kingdom. If you're elsewhere, obviously, the Americans obviously have their own organisation, bunch of chaps and chapasses who look after the animals and make sure everything's all ship-shape and Bristol fashion, lovely. Excuse me, just grab my moustache a little. There we go. Yeah. You like it? Very nice, isn't it? Anyway, back to the peanuts. So yes, milking. That's one thing that concerns me. If they're battery farming these poor, giant, genetically modified peanuts, that's bad enough. But then I came across crunchy peanut butter. Now that concerns me a great deal, because where are the bits coming from? I mean, is there something wrong with the milk? Are there, on the udders, perhaps, of these genetically modified giant peanuts, are there crumbly bits? And if so, obviously the milk isn't being tested for the quality before it then becomes churned to make the peanut butter. It's a very versatile thing. I gather a bit like regular butter that you get from cows. The peanut butter that you get from the giant peanuts. I wonder if they're called giant peanuts. They've probably got another name. I mean, a peanut. pea nut. But if it's huge, if it's the size of a cow, well, you wouldn't call it a peanut, would you? Or maybe you would, I don't know. But what do I know about it? Excuse me. So yes, but you can spread it on all manner of wonderful things. You could spread it onto a crumpet. You could spread it on toast. You could make a sandwich of it, as I had earlier on. I didn't have the crunchy sort, because that's troubling. Or you can put it on an English muffin. Or if you are in England, of course, it's a muffin. Reminds me, I was in China many years ago, and do you know the Chinese don't call Chinese food Chinese food? They just call it food, which sort of makes a lot of sense. Yes. So yes, the peanut butter. There you are. It's a huge question. I mean, feel free to discuss it among your family and friends if you have any. But then that raises the question of almond milk. A friend of mine only earlier today was talking about almond milk. And this poses similar issues to me. I've seen an almond. You've seen an almond? If you haven't, then look it up. But again, not big. Not very big. Sometimes even covered in chocolate as well. But how do you milk an almond? And again, same question. I'm not going to labour the point, but are there genetically modified giant almonds out there that you can milk away? And if so, again, one doesn't see those in fields. Are they being battery farmed also? This is something that somebody ought to look into. Now, sorry, Boris? What? Google? I have the faintest idea what you're talking about. My great nephew. Yeah, Boris. He's not great. Actually, he's not a great nephew at all. A bit of a clot, frankly, if I'm absolutely honest with you. But got there, line, that runs in the family. But like noses, noses running a fancy joke. It's a little joke. I read it in a Christmas cracker once, actually. Christmas crackers. I was going to discuss Christmas crackers, but now I think of it, conversation would bore even me, so I'm not even going to go into that at all, basically. But yeah, so there's almond milk, peanut butter, that sort of thing, really. And that's about all, really, that I think I have to say on the topic of foodstuffs. So there's some wonderful foodstuffs out there. Carrots, just to name but one, is a foodstuff. And sorry, Boris is just chuckling. It's a little contagious, strangely enough. But I was out with my great grandson. Again, not a great grandson. He's all right, but he's only 4 years old. But here's a great thing to do. Just on the subject of foodstuffs, and particularly smaller children who are terribly gullible, that if you're out with your toddler, with your little one, and it's a nice hot summery day, and you inevitably get the tinkling chimes of an ice cream van, either parked up, as they often are, or driving by. Here's what I tell my little grandson. I say they only play music. Listen, they only play music when they've run out, when they absolutely have no ice cream left at all. And it's helped me to save a little bit of money. Because ice cream just runs all around your hands and all this sort of stuff. You can't be bothering carry tissues about or anything. A whole toilet roll. I mean, you could have that, on a piece of wire just on your belt when you've got little ones. Sorry, my moustache seems to give me some trouble here. I'm very fond of it, actually. I grew it. In a matter of minutes, really. But I'm rather fond of it at all. And sorry, my hair's getting into my eyes there. Just interestingly enough. But there we have it. And anyway, so it's been a pleasure, a delight. We're going to do a few of these. and food was what I found myself discussing on this particular occasion. So I would say thank you, God bless you, and enjoy the rest of your day.